Hey everyone, me Kevin here, coming to you from a different angle. And today I want to talk about Dogecoin, but I also want to talk just briefly about Turkey banning digital money for payments for goods and services. If you haven't heard about this, Turkey banned not the investing in cryptocurrencies, but the use of cryptocurrencies. So if you want to invest in Bitcoin, Dogecoin, whatever, you can in Turkey. Turkey, by the way, has had a 34% drop in the value of their currency, the lira, since the start of 2019. There's an article about this in the Financial Times weekend edition. And sometimes I do read the paper format. I like it. I don't miss news that way. But anyway, it says here, the central bank published a regulation in its official gazette yesterday that prohibits the direct and indirect use of crypto assets as payments because they may cause non-recoverable losses. And this is the one that I highlighted as, in my opinion, the real reason here, okay? May undermine the confidence in methods and instruments used currently in payments. In other words, stop making people dump the lira into cryptocurrencies because you're hurting the value of the lira even more. So, Turkey not very happy. In fact, it mentions here that Turkey believes there's a potential for use in illicit activities. Potential for illicit activities. I think a lot of these crypto potential regulators or these central banks don't realize that cryptocurrencies are and have been much safer than cash and for example, like USD. I've heard, and I'll have to fact check this one, but I've heard that about 1% of cryptocurrency transactions are used in illicit activity, and like 3% of cash transactions are used in illicit activity. So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting thing to start with. But anyway, let's talk Dogecoin today because we've got a little bit of a shakeup. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the other angle here. Let's get the computer up and let's see what the heck is going on with the Dogecoin, which all of this news, any kind of negative kind of crypto news could have an effect on, obviously, investment values. But take a peek at this. So the other days, over the last 2 days that we've kind of been doing these streams, we drew a couple lines. Actually, we drew 3 lines. We drew 3 potential support levels that we thought Dogecoin might hit. And what's very, very bizarre is today, we literally bounced. I guess it's not really bizarre. It's technical analysis. We literally bounced off. Look at this, folks. We bounced off our 25 line almost perfectly. You can fact check me on this. I did not change these lines. This is pretty crazy. Today, so this was the 16th. I'm pretty sure we drew a lot of these lines yesterday. We get over to the 17th. Look how freaky this is, okay? It's almost like I ruined this. And I apologize if that's the case. But look at this. We get a high candlestick that literally hits the resistance we drew. The resistance line we put is literally where the high candlestick ends. That's scary. The support level that we drew yesterday is literally where Doge bounced off of, about 25 cents today. And we had this lower support level, and we had a slight brief breakthrough. Can't be perfect, okay? Slight brief breakthrough of the lower support level during a 1-hour candlestick. That's scary. I mean, these lines right now are on point. And it's potentially concerning because maybe it's a sign that we might potentially become range bound within this 33 cents to 35 cents region here. Now, this has led to some potential other issues, like, let's hop on over here. We have lost our position of being one of the top 5 most popular coins. We were really hoping to see Doge run up to replace XRP and Binance. But, which, by the way, the Financial Times, I don't know where it was, but they had, I don't even know why they were talking about it. They mentioned something about one of the CEOs of Ripple or whatever bringing a bodyguard to an interview at the Financial Times, which was the first time that's ever happened. The Financial Times put that at the first few lines of their article. I'm like, oh, okay. In San Francisco, of all places. But anywho, so Doge was spot number 5. And Doge has unfortunately fallen back in market cap to spot number 8 here. So we've gone down from that $50.9 billion market cap and we've dropped to about 37.9. Not so good. We were really hoping to get up to 3 or at least sustain 5 so that we could prove that Dogecoin's here to stay and potentially become a method of payment, maybe something that Square and PayPal could pick up. With a decline in Dogecoin's market cap, that becomes a little bit harder. Now, keep in mind, we also have a bet going that Dogecoin needs to hit $1 by May 1st. Otherwise, I have to shave, which I was really hoping to go full Viking here. We do have Thor's hammer behind me, after all. Not that Vikings and Thor are necessarily related, but they both involve beards. Okay, anyway. So Dogecoin has fallen in a market cap here, but we also have a couple of other issues. And they're also not so good signals. And I'm just observing here, so don't shoot the messenger. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to hit the trends, okay? So let's hit the trends here. We're going to go trend. Oh, well, we already at trends.google.com. So Dogecoin. Let's hit the trends here. So we actually have a projection here now, a sort of ... projection from Google, which what's interesting is the ... the potential here trend for Dogecoin, when we look at this on a year basis, does actually not exceed the insanity that we sort of saw in around January 28th, which is also when we saw a substantial Dogecoin run up or rally. So, and most of that insanity, of course, relating to Robinhood, which, did you know they had a YouTube channel? I did not know they had a YouTube channel. Apparently they got like 4K subs. Anywho, let's go down and zoom in a little bit more. So we go down to the last 7 days, folks. These were the two twin peaks we've been talking about, but for the 17th, this is not good. The peak media is wearing down. Now, that does not mean that necessarily the Doge rally will end. It just means that peak media is falling. Leo's asking, how can I become a member here? Yeah, you have to join on a desktop. If you're trying to join on an iPhone or iPad, it doesn't work, which is really sad, unfortunately. But anywho, so this begs the question, okay, well, wait a minute. Dogecoin was the only thing that was really rallying in this maddening market that we're in. I published a video earlier today about SPACs and why SPACs are getting wrecked and why there actually might be an opportunity in SPACs. It's a good video to watch if you haven't watched it yet. There's a nice picture of Chamath in it in the thumbnail. Really great. So if you're investing in any SPACs, watch that video. Or if you're thinking about investing in SPACs, watch that video. Anywho, that was like the only other video I posted today, which some people are like, what's wrong, Kevin? Anywho, I may have been playing Minecraft all day long, Jack, but I don't know, maybe. So anywho, here's another issue, folks. Take a look at what's currently trending on Twitter. Now, we have, well, let's see here. We also have Doge Day trending, which is good. But we've also had SafeMoon trending. So now it refreshed. I hate Twitter sometimes. Let's just go to a public version of Twitter, or a private browser version here. Twitter trending. Let's see if it's still trending. Maybe it was just trending for me. So we'll just do it live. All right, search on, do we want this? We want trending. Is SafeMoon still here? Maybe it was just suggested for me. I saw SafeMoon trending, and I think some other folks saw SafeMoon trending as well. Yeah, maybe it was just suggested for me. That's weird. See, this is why sometimes, by the way, if you don't have a Twitter account, you ever want to know what's trending, you could just do a private browser, and you could actually look at people's profiles too. Because usually if you just go to twitter.com, it forces you to sign up. Use a private browser, you could actually get in. But anyway, SafeMoon is another cryptocurrency that has been recently trending a little bit, mostly because it is a cryptocurrency that is, first of all, it's ranked 2,432. And there's been some excitement over it because recently, take a peek here, it's gone from, on April 12th, from whatever digit that is. I don't even know how many fractions of a penny that is, to higher. Anyway, in the last 24 hours, it's up about 68% in price. And so some of the other altcoins are potentially starting to rob some of the media attention. Now, maybe I got suggested because on the private Twitter trending page, I'm not seeing Doge 420 trending either. So it's possible that because I search cryptocurrencies on Twitter, maybe that's why we saw SafeMoon and Doge 420 trending. But the point is, the last thing you want in the Doge trend is a potential other flashlight recipient coming up, right? That doesn't help either. So what I would recommend is if you're investing in Dogecoin, be very cognizant of potentially other trending trends. Dogecoin's obviously down about 14% today. Let's also look at volume for Doge, something else that we want to do. So let's see here. We've got, all right. So Dogecoin, let's go in over the last 7 days here. So if we're looking at a price and price-weighted volume, we could see that peak volume for transactions, really we saw volume substantially have a ramp up around the 14th. I think usually this is, let's see, what is this? Okay, so it's interesting. You kind of at random times, sometimes early AM. Yeah, early AM, that's when you get the lows in volume. That makes sense. But anywho, you've had these multiple days here over the last week of increasing volume from a smaller area to higher volume to over here. And this is monetary volume. So how much actual money is changing hands. We can see we really peaked here between the 16th and 17th, which somewhat aligns with the peak pricing that we saw at within an intra 1 hour candle of somewhere almost $0.50. I think we're at like 0.46 at one point, which is really incredible for a brief moment, but we were. Unfortunately, that the dollar volume is somewhat peaked and is somewhat falling, which is also not so great. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the trading view and just get the raw volume indicator here. Yeah, so here we could see a little bit more selling pressure. We see that nice large candle that we had here on the 16th, which is really when Dogecoin was trending for a second day in a row. And it's kind of started to subside, and we're starting to see some more selling pressure and potential selling volume. And at least for, well, the 18th, but the 18th just started. The 18th candle, we don't even really need to look at yet. But the 17th candle is basically as high as the 15th candle. And it's that downward trajectory for volume, which generally is not so great. So we've got a couple potential warning signs here, right? We've got maybe, and I think this just depends on your cookies with Twitter, potentially other cryptocurrencies beginning to trend like a SafeMoon, which is ranked like 2,000 something. And there's so many decimals, I don't even know how to read it. Then you do have, look, I like being right when I draw lines, but I also want this to break out, because I totally cheer for this to break out. I really want it to get to $1. The issue is, oftentimes you have this mentality in trading of buy the rumor, sell the news. And it's entirely possible that people think, oh, don't worry, 420 is going to be the day it moons. Usually when people think that, a lot of people take their tendies before that date. And it's unfortunate, but that's often what happens. It happens with stock splits. It happens with IPOs. Maybe not so much with IPOs unless you're like a private equity investor. But there are a lot of reasons that people will try to take their profits before, because they're trying to ride that hype wave. Unfortunately, you've got that potential. So you got a few risk factors here. Risk factor number 1, buy the rumor, sell the news on 420, Doge Day. Then you also have declining volume, substantially declining volume, declining search trends. Let's go back for a moment. I don't think we really went as deep as I wanted to go on those search trends. Let's do that again. Declining search trends. That's another issue. Hold on. Let's go Dogecoin. Let's go to the last day's volume. Yeah, we didn't do the day's volume. Go to the day volume. Look at this, folks. We did not get a peak today at all. So the third thing is declining search trends. I should really write these down because I can't remember all these things that I talk about here. So let's write them down really quick. All right, what do we got? Let's make a new document here and put some paper on it. Okay, there we go. All right, we got it. So we got some paper here. So what do we got? We got 420. One was 420. Buy the rumor, sell the news. 420. Buy rumor, sell news. All right. Then we've got the what was number 2? I forgot. I already forgot what number 2 was. Oh, the potentially competing trends. Yeah, my handwriting's bad. Don't make fun of me. In altcoins. Actually, if I could maybe go to a different pen, it'd be a little easy. Like if you give me a nice fat marker, there we go. Then it'll look better. 3. There. 3, you have the search trends. So you have a decline in search trends. So you've got a decline in search. You've got competing trends in the alts. You've got the 420 potential for buy the rumor, sell the news. Excuse me. And then you also have a declining volume. So you've got a decline in volume, but it's not just that. You've also got the potential for the range bound that we're seeing now. I guess I would call that in past tense, the range bind. Can I call it a range bind? So those are not great. You know, and it's these do not have to be correct, right? Again, I want it to go to $1, but when we see multiple of these issues come together, it is sometimes a little bit something that we want to just pay attention to, especially if we're traders. Now, as hodlers, it doesn't matter, right? Hodling, nobody cares, because if you're hodling, you're in it to win it, basically. You know, Randy used to say that on American Idol. You're in it to win it. Yeah. So hodling doesn't matter. Life-changing amounts of money, which I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again. I said that in the last 2 videos that we did live on this. For those with life-changing amounts of money, you know, those are things to pay attention to. Is it time to take a little bit and actually change your life? And for those who are trading, I think these signals are probably most useful for those who are trading. Keep in mind, we also have Bitcoin falling. I just noticed this, actually. Look at Bitcoin. It's at, oh gosh, it's like literally falling right now. It is down 5.75% right now. It is, who knows if this is falling because of the Turkish news? Maybe. It's possible. It's not good when a central bank of a developing country comes out and bans crypto, because what happens? It makes people concerned that it's going to get banned in other countries. You have a massive movement towards people using cryptocurrencies in developing countries to purposefully escape their country's currency. Now, the good news is Turkey didn't ban the investment in, but it's a pretty ugly piece. You know, it's a hit piece on crypto is really what it is. Turkish authorities have been trying to keep a tight grip on the payment ecosystem for some time. The regulation does not prohibit from owning cryptocurrency assets. So, and the other thing too is you could potentially just have a short-term catalyst in just the cryptocurrencies together, where maybe they all sell off a little bit after some of the see, even Ethereum's down 9% right now. So you get a little bit of everything right now, which keep in mind, you know, you've got some potential catalysts here as well. In addition to, you could really add number 6, the other currencies potentially trending down. So just be aware of these things. I really hope this turns around, but I think for something like Doge trades heavily off of social volume. Now, I know you can buy stuff from the Dallas Mavericks with Mark Cuban. I think it was the Dallas Mavericks, yeah. I know you can buy that, you know, some goods there, but we really need broad adoption. Yeah, and I was hoping that Dogecoin at maybe getting to that rank 3 to 5 coin market cap would have helped accomplish that. Unfortunately, we've fallen. We're back at 8, and we've got some negative catalysts, and we are sticking within that range. We'll see if we break under that range. That'll be another thing to pay attention to. Right now, we're pretty range bound. But for those of you with Webull, which of course you can get by going to metkevin.com/Webull, deposit $100, and you will get up to 2 free stocks worth $1,850. Anyway, for those of you with Webull, you could draw these lines at roughly the similar spots here. And I would just caution, keep an eye on this. If we have another breakthrough right here, or not breakthrough, or breakdown really, if we break under the 2567 support line that we've drawn here, you know, it's quite possible that we'll drop back to where we were over here, this kind of 22 level, and then we might be looking for newer and deeper supports. But this range bound all day here, range bind today, not so good, not good. As a trader, I don't like to see that. All right, I think that was pretty thorough. Another thing, by the way, I do want to mention is if you do want to earn interest, which keep in mind that does mean lending. If you do want to earn interest on your stable coins or cryptocurrency deposits, make sure to go to metkevin.com/BF. And that stands for BlockFi. If you go to metkevin.com/BF, you will get up to $250 in free Bitcoin or any kind of coin that you want that they have there. All right, let me just see if there are any questions here. By the way, thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. Yeah, check the altcoins. Absolutely. Yeah, lots of altcoins. Appreciate the donations there. SafeMoon, fastest growing crypto. Yeah, see, that fragmentation happens. Okay, that's another danger too, is when you have a fragmentation in the crypto market where you get Doge folks all of a sudden going, okay, I'm going to go to SafeMoon. Okay, I'm going to go to this. Okay, I'm going to go to that. It dilutes the power of the movement, right? Of course, crypto is volatile. There's no question of that. Is there a way to transfer crypto from Robinhood to your BlockFi link? Unfortunately not. Robinhood does plan to, in the future, include a wallet system, but they do not have that just yet. So, okay, let's see. The SEC banned stock manipulation because it can short-term wreck the market. Yeah, is this true? All right. Okay, so no loyalty in crypto. It's all about only making money. Is that your philosophy? I produce gamers. Where can you purchase Bitcoin? I think Coin Market Cap. There's a buy button on there, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, just discovered CCAV. Oh yeah, I'm still bullish on CCAV. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful evening.